It began like so many celebrity rumors do. Quiet whispers, half-truths, and speculative posts scattered across online communities. For BTS's Jimin, those whispers turned into a roaring storm in August 2025, when South Korean actress Da-eun suddenly resurfaced in his orbit. A simple TikTok video from an elevator, a few Instagram posts, and a deleted livestream were enough to ignite chaos. Fans demanded answers. Was Jimin secretly dating? And if so, why now? According to Korea Jungkook Daily, Jimin and Da-eun were romantically involved, but only briefly, and only during Jimin's military enlistment. The relationship, described by insiders as short and fragile, never developed into something serious. For most fans, the news was shocking. BTS members have always been careful about their private lives, and Jimin in particular has kept his heart guarded. That he chose to open it, even briefly, was enough to spark endless curiosity. The moment that set social media ablaze was a clip of Jimin stepping out of an elevator, looking surprised to see a camera pointed at him. His voice was faint but clear. "Did you know I was coming?" Was this a playful exchange between lovers or an invasion of privacy caught on camera? Some fans believe the video was authentic and intimate. Others accuse Da-eun of staging the moment to reignite gossip. The truth remains murky, but the damage was done. The video had already gone viral worldwide. Reports revealed that most of the material Da-eun shared wasn't recent at all. The videos and photos were allegedly from the past, taken during the brief time she and Jimin were together. But in the ruthless world of social media, timing is everything. By dropping them in August 2025, long after the relationship had ended, she stirred the pot of speculation just as BTS was preparing for their full group comeback. For ARMY, this revelation cut deep. Some fans were furious, accusing Da-eun of betraying Jimin's trust and violating his privacy. Others were relieved that the relationship had already ended, treating it as a closed chapter. A smaller group even defended Jimin's right to love, reminding everyone that he is more than just an idol. He is a man entitled to his own feelings. Hashtags like Respect Jimin and We Love You Jimin trended globally, reflecting both the outrage and the undying loyalty of his fans. Jimin said nothing. He did not confirm, deny, or even hint at his side of the story. His silence became a story in itself. Some read it as strength, proof that he would not dignify rumors with a response. Others saw it as pain, a heavy silence that revealed just how much idols must endure when their private lives are dragged into the spotlight. In an industry where every gesture can be misinterpreted, Jimin chose the safest option, to say nothing at all. The scandal highlighted a larger truth about K-pop. Idols live under an almost impossible microscope. Every relationship, every smile, every gesture is scrutinized and often weaponized. Jimin's brief romance with Da-eun was not unusual by human standards, but by idol standards, it was explosive. It reignited the age-old debate, can K-pop idols ever love freely, or must they sacrifice personal happiness for the perfection their fans expect? Even as headlines swirled, Jimin's professional legacy remained untouched. In late August 2025, he was crowned Most Handsome Face 2025 and named Best Male Singer and Best K-pop Dancer by Da-eun, awards he has dominated for years. These achievements reminded the world that beyond rumors, Jimin's artistry and dedication remain unmatched. He is still the performer who moves millions with a single note, a single step, a single smile. Behind the noise, BTS was quietly working on something far more powerful than any rumor, a new album and a world tour set for 2026. For fans, this was the real story, the one that truly mattered. Jimin's brief romance may have shaken headlines, but his role in BTS's comeback could define an entire era of K-pop. The contrast was striking, a fleeting scandal versus a lasting legacy. In the end, the Jimin-Da-eun romance was just that, a chapter. Short, emotional, controversial, and now closed. What remains is not the memory of a fleeting relationship, but the reminder of how vulnerable idols are in a world that demands their constant perfection. For Jimin, the story is far from over. His silence, his strength, and his art will continue to speak louder than any rumor ever could. And as BTS moves toward their grand return, ARMY knows one thing for certain: the best chapters of Jimin's story are still waiting to be written. When news broke that Jimin and Da-eun had once shared a fleeting romance, the South Korean press exploded. Tabloids churned out endless headlines, international outlets rushed translations, and online portals recycled every frame of video, every screenshot of songs posts, every rumor whispered on fan forums. The media smelled blood. An idol's private life is always guaranteed clicks. For Jimin, the effect was suffocating. Though he had remained silent, his name was everywhere, on search engines, in trending hashtags, and on entertainment news tickers. The words "Jimin dating scandal" flashed like a permanent shadow. Even global outlets like The Guardian and Rolling Stone Korea speculated about the implications, asking the question fans were too afraid to voice. Could this affect BTS's long-awaited comeback? The scandal also reignited an uncomfortable discussion within K-pop culture: the double standards idols face. While male actors or soloists often move freely in relationships, idols, especially members of groups like BTS, carry a much heavier burden. Fans expect them to stay untouchable, almost superhuman. For Jimin, the criticism was harsher because of his unparalleled global popularity. How could a man adored by millions also belong to one person? The idea was unbearable for some and perfectly natural for others. This cultural clash created a storm of think pieces. Should idols be free to love? Or must they forever remain married to the stage? What truly defined the aftermath, however, was ARMY itself. The fandom was split, but overwhelmingly loyal. Even as debates raged, hashtags of love poured across social media. Always with Jimin trended in over 60 countries. Fan bases organized online streaming parties of Jimin's solo tracks like Crazy and Filter, sending them back up the charts as a show of strength. Thousands of handwritten letters were sent to HYBE headquarters in Seoul, some pleading for Jimin's protection, others reminding him, "You are never alone." For every critic, there were 100 supporters. The storm that threatened to shake Jimin's world instead revealed just how fiercely ARMY stands when one of their own is under fire. Industry experts began speculating. Should HYBE issue a formal statement, or was silence the smarter path? In K-pop, both routes are risky. A statement could validate rumors, keeping them alive. Silence, on the other hand, can frustrate fans who crave clarity. Jimin's case was even trickier because of BTS's status. Anything he said would instantly become global news. Ultimately, HYBE chose to remain quiet. Their silence mirrored Jimin's own, creating a sense of calm that slowly dulled the noise. As days passed, newer headlines began replacing the scandal, proving once again that in the fast-moving world of K-pop, silence often wins the war of narratives. Amid the chaos, one truth became impossible to ignore. Jimin is human. Behind the dazzling performances, awards, and flawless choreography, he is a man capable of love, heartbreak, and mistakes. For many fans, this realization deepened their bond with him. "It makes me love him more," one ARMY tweeted. "He's not a perfect angel. He's just Jimin, and that's enough." In an industry built on illusions, Jimin's fleeting romance reminded the world of the fragile reality beneath the glitter. It was not a scandal, it was life. While whispers of Jimin's past relationship filled tabloids, behind the scenes, BTS was moving with laser focus. The calendar had already been marked, October 2025, HYBE's massive global music festival, where BTS was set to headline for the first time since enlistment. Rehearsal schedules were brutal, stretching into the early hours of the morning. New choreography, new songs, and endless vocal runs consumed the group. For Jimin, it was both a blessing and a shield. Each grueling practice session gave him little time to dwell on gossip. Every beat of music drowned out the noise of scandal. But to fans, the overlap was impossible to ignore. How can he prepare for something so historic when he's under this much pressure? One ARMY asked on Weverse. Others responded fiercely. That's why we need to protect him. The comeback must be about music, not rumors.